Feeling broke in retirement often starts in small moments. You stand in the grocery aisle and reach for the cheaper brand. You see the electric bill and check it twice. You think about calling the repairman, then decide to wait one more week. Nothing dramatic happened. The house is still standing. The bills might even be paid. There may be money in savings, but the feeling is there anyway. That quiet pressure that says, "Be careful, this could get tight." That is why some retirees never really feel broke. Not because they have endless money, not because prices stopped rising for them, but because their habits remove a lot of that pressure before it builds. Retirement changes what money is supposed to do. During working years, money often means growth, upgrades, rewards, and keeping up with life. After retirement, money becomes something quieter. It becomes safety. It becomes options. It becomes the ability to handle a bad month without feeling like the whole plan is falling apart. So here are 7 habits of retirees who never feel broke. The first habit is that they know their real monthly number. Most people think they know what they spend, but many only know the big bills: housing, utilities, insurance, groceries, and maybe the car. But retirement stress often hides in the smaller things: the pharmacy run, the extra grocery trip, the birthday gifts, the property tax increase, the streaming services, the repairs that were not planned. Retirees who feel calm usually know the real number, not the fantasy number, not the budget they hope they follow, the real number. If it costs $4,000 a month to live, they know that. If it costs $5,000, they know that too. They are not guessing. And because they are not guessing, they are not constantly surprised. This does not mean they track every penny like an accountant. It means they understand the shape of their life. They know what must be paid, what can be reduced, and what is optional. That alone changes retirement, because uncertainty makes people feel broke faster than almost anything else. The second habit is that they avoid payments that follow them around. A retiree who never feels broke is usually careful with monthly obligations, not because they never buy anything, but because they understand what a payment really is. It is not just a number. It is a promise that next month's money is already spoken for. A $300 payment may not sound terrible, but that is $3,600 a year. A $500 payment is $6,000 a year. Add 2 or 3 of those, and suddenly, retirement income starts feeling smaller. This is why some retirees with decent savings still feel trapped. Their money comes in, but before they can even make choices, the payments already took their share. Calm retirees usually protect their monthly freedom. They may buy a car, repair the house, or take a trip. But they think carefully before turning anything into a long-term payment. They ask a better question. Not, "Can I afford this payment?" but, "Do I want this payment living with me for the next 5 years?" The third habit is that they keep a cash buffer for normal life emergencies. A lot of retirement anxiety comes from surprises: a broken water heater, a dental bill, a roof leak, a car repair, a higher insurance premium. The water heater, of course, always seems to choose the worst possible week. None of these are strange. They are normal life. But if every surprise becomes a crisis, retirement starts to feel fragile. Retirees who never feel broke usually have some kind of buffer. It might not be huge, it might not be perfect, but it exists. It gives them time to think before they react. A $2,000 repair is still annoying. Nobody enjoys paying it. But if the money is available, it is a problem. If the money is not available, it becomes a credit card balance, a family argument, or a sleepless night. Same bill, different feeling. That is why cash is not just money. In retirement, cash can be emotional protection. It buys calm. it buys time. It keeps a bad month from becoming a bad year. The fourth habit is that they spend on comfort, not status. This is where many retirees quietly change their life. They stop buying things to prove they are doing well and start buying things that actually make life better. There is a difference between comfort and status. A comfortable chair you use every day may be worth it. A car upgrade, mostly meant to impress other people, may not be. The neighbors are not paying the loan, even if they admire the driveway. A simple trip that creates real memories may be worth it. A luxury trip that creates 2 years of payments may not be. Many retirees spend retirement money trying to show that nothing changed. A newer car, a bigger vacation, a nicer gift, a home upgrade that looks good but does not really improve daily life. But retirees who feel secure usually stop caring as much about appearances. They care more about whether the purchase actually improves their life. Wealthy retirees are not always the ones spending the most. Many are the ones who stopped spending money for applause. They understand that looking rich and feeling secure are not the same thing. And after 65, feeling secure usually matters more. The fifth habit is that they review bills before they become invisible. Most people do not choose to waste money. They simply stop noticing what they are paying for. A subscription renews, insurance rises, a phone plan gets more expensive, a membership keeps charging. A service that was useful 5 years ago is no longer needed, but the payment remains. Retirees who never feel broke tend to notice these leaks. They review bills, they question old payments, they call and ask for better rates. They cancel things that no longer serve the life they actually live. This habit is not glamorous. Nobody brags about reviewing the cable bill, but the cable bill still shows up like it owns the place. A $50 monthly bill is $600 a year. 3 of those are $1,800 a year. Over 10 years, that is $18,000 before price increases. And the strange thing is, cutting a bill you do not care about does not feel like sacrifice. It feels like getting money back from something that was quietly stealing from you. The sixth habit is that they help family with limits. This one is emotional, because many retirees want to help their children and grandchildren. That is normal. It comes from love. But retirees who never feel broke usually understand that helping without limits can become dangerous. A little help with rent, a car repair, a phone bill, a credit card problem, a loan that never comes back. One emergency turns into a pattern, and suddenly the retiree's budget is carrying someone else's life. This does not mean never help. That would be cold. But there is a difference between helping and becoming the backup bank for everyone. Calm retirees often set boundaries before they are exhausted. They decide what they can give without damaging their own security. They understand that their retirement money has to last for them too. A strong boundary is not selfish. Sometimes it is the only way to avoid becoming dependent later. Because if a retiree gives away the money they need for their own stability, the problem does not disappear. It just moves from one generation to another. The seventh habit is that they measure wealth by peace, not appearances. This might be the most important habit of all. A retiree who never feels broke is not always the person with the biggest house, the newest car, or the largest portfolio. Sometimes it is the person who wakes up and knows the bills are covered, the person who can handle a repair, the person who has low debt, the person who does not feel pressured to impress anyone. That is a different definition of wealth. During working years, people often compare income job titles, houses, vacations, and cars. But retirement has a way of exposing what actually matters. A big lifestyle with constant stress does not feel wealthy. A simpler life with peace can feel rich. This is why some retirees feel better after downsizing, why some feel better after selling the extra car, why some feel better after cancelling things they no longer use. They did not become poorer, they became lighter. Money should serve the life. It should not become the thing that keeps the mind busy every night. So the retirees who never feel broke usually have these habits in common. They know their real monthly number. They avoid unnecessary payments. They keep a cash buffer. They spend on comfort instead of status. They review bills. They help family with limits. And they measure wealth by peace. None of these habits require being a millionaire, but together they create something many people want more than luxury. They create breathing room. And in retirement, breathing room can feel like wealth. Which habit do you think matters most after 65? Knowing your real expenses, avoiding payments, keeping cash, spending less on status, reviewing bills, setting family limits, or choosing peace over appearances?